Had to change the volume when I was rapping.
One more time. Lights, camera, action.
We in it.
50. This is Donovan, Sean Keys,
Late Keys.
and this is Champaign Conversation. He back!
First off, y'all should have known it was me for starters.
Hey man, Solo, check the logo, the one and only, man, Mr. Solitary.
Yes, sir.
Man. Damn, it's always something when your ass coming through.
Yeah,
Camera's done, can't get songs playing.
yeah, I'm bad luck, man.
No, your ass good luck, man.
Yes, sir.
How you been, man?
Man, I've been blessed, man. A lot of stuff changed since the last time. I think I got my head on right 100-fold, and I've been going at it full 100%. Had to tell myself, my mom ain't getting no younger, man. Every day I waste is a day she getting older. And then I done turned 24 myself just recently, so I'm definitely feeling it. So I ain't got no more time. That hourglass is really tipping on me.
What'd you say? My mom's still working. I can't throw confetti. I said.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
can't
God.
do it. I found out she had got a job out in Chicago. I was like, a job,
What?
a job, but way to make money. What are you doing? You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't be doing this no more. I was saying, nah, you know what I'm saying? I hustle more. She ain't gonna be doing it no more.
That's what's up.
So that's the goal.
Mm-hmm.
Retired mama.
Yeah, retire my mama.
Early.
Early.
Real shit.
That's what's up, man.
I lost my grandma young, so I can't afford to lose my mom.
Thanks.
I think we all can. I'm a mama's boy, too. I love my mama. I talk to her every day.
Yeah, she surprised me on my birthday. Did a surprise pop-up from
For
Chicago.
real?
Yeah, they got me. I had drinking up everything. I cried.
You cried?
They had got her to come up. It was the whole family there for the first time in like over 5 years. The whole family, brothers, sisters, everything.
Speaking of mothers, let me go on do this real quick. Happy birthday, Ma. I hope you enjoy, and your present is on the way.
Happy birthday. Mama Kids. Mama Kids.
Oh, that thing.
She don't like it all.
So, before the camera started rolling, you was playing me some new music you got going on, and you was playing me the swimming lessons EP.
That's your fire.
Yeah. I was telling him when he said it, I looked at it. I just played it the other day.
Mm-hmm.
But when he sent it, I looked at it, I thought it was an Ed Netty. I'm like, man, I already heard this.
Oh, yeah.
So I ain't even click on it. Like, I'm like, I already played it. It's all down my timeline. And then I went back. Like, oh no, this something different. Then I thought he was sending me his Snapchat information. Like, oh, this nigga want to follow me on Snapchat. So the video was the Snapchat. I was like, okay.
That man
So
got
I typed it in. I'm like, all right. Then I'm like, no, that is just YouTube. So it pays to read.
Yeah, straight up. Yeah.
That Snapchat, it's like them Bitmoji things. They doing a little bit of everything. So I'm like, I have something that looks just like me. The drawing of myself, because I be trying to get people to draw cartoons of myself and stuff. They never do it. So then,
I got a guy for you.
yeah. So then I posted that one, and then people started. They like swimming lesson. They're like, "What you doing in the picture?" And they was like, "Look like he reading lyrics and stuff." So I'm like, "Yeah, it's all that, man."
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just trying to make sure that the EPs. I'm trying to get into storytelling through the EP titles and everything too.
That's what's up. That's real shit. That mean a lot. I think that's a real artistic. It shows great creativity and artistry straight up. And your marketing was dope as hell. Just straight up.
Yeah, I'm getting hella Snapchat friends. They like
bad.
about Snap code. I'm like, you could just scan it through YouTube. I didn't even know they could do it through YouTube.
Yeah.
So it was definitely fire. I'm trying to do it. I done took a hold of every main social media thing Talent Died and got, because I'm always in my phone. But it's like, even though I'm always on my phone, it looks like I'm just sitting there, but I'm constantly working. Most people you can talk to them personally through their social media and stuff. I had conversations with Band Gang Lonnie, people in Detroit. I just got talking to this Chicago artist, that dude with the green dreads. They be doing funny skits and stuff.
Yeah.
Reggie dude. I just got through talking to him, and cause turns out my cousin do the skits with him.
Yeah.
So
Plug.
he just dropped a song that's going hot right now. It just went from 100K to 200K overnight. So I was like, if I can get a track with that or something, that's gonna boost me up tenfold. But in the meantime, I'm gonna go to Detroit, see how they like my sound out there. I think they're gonna like. I got a couple Detroit sounding tracks, so I think they're gonna like it. A lot of my new flow been influenced by the Detroit sound, because really they just be talking shit. They just be talking on the beat and stuff. Let me get a hold of this. That's all I do is joke around.
It sounds like you, I know the last interview you was talking about getting a new, we was talking about getting a new circle, focus on the music and stuff like that. It sounds like you putting all that into fruition and getting serious. You ain't in these streets no more. You ain't
That's what's up.
talking about having to,
Nah, that's over with. I had to leave that alone.
Yeah.
It came with being solo, man. Once I started, like, none of the stuff that I was really doing in the streets, I was really a fan of. But, you know what I'm saying, it put paper in my pockets, and it made a lot of things happen, and it gave me experiences that added to the music.
Yeah.
But all it really gave me was opinions.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So most of my people tell me my music sound like scriptures now. It sounds like I'm teaching a lesson every time I rap and stuff. So I'm just saying what I know, and just telling y'all what I've learned from these experiences. So if y'all relate to it and stuff, then maybe y'all should do what I'm doing and stop doing it.
That street shit dead, man.
So
I'm always said that shit is dead.
People expect too much. They expect too much out of a business with no codes or honor.
That's a fact.
They took away a little bit of respect that it had. They done stepped over it with the whole get money by any means, and now it's a whole lot of movement by itself. I think my name speaks for them more than myself nowadays, because I don't do it for just myself, but I do it by myself because that's how I get it done the fastest. And they just feel like while they by themselves that they can't do anything. So it's not the same.
What's up, man? So we was talking before we even started about 51 Main and possibly getting shows, performances on a Friday. You want to speak to us about that? Let us know what it is that you're trying to do with that. You're going to do with that? Ain't no trying.
Every Wednesday, 51 Main has their open mics. This 51 Main on Bradley. They moved from downtown. Hosted by not Sean Key. I was going to say
Big Key.
I was going to say Key's hosting. He showed more support for it than most of you. I be thinking that it's his event, but it's hosted by Cartier, Terrence and Roxy, his peoples. They host it every Wednesday, and the purpose of that is to bring more attention to the local artists and artists trying to get their own movement started around town and around the states and stuff. So you can come in, perform, and if they really like you, you can earn a slot on one of the Friday nights. It's about the first Friday of the month, and it's going to be packed. It's going to be very good for your market and getting your name out there, because it's going to be people from Decatur, Peoria.
Yeah.
People come from all these different types of towns to come turn up at 51 Main now. So they got everything. It's a nice presence. The place is 10 times better, man. It's 3 levels.
It's nice.
VIPs.
It's nice.
Everything you would want.
I ain't even been in a new
That
spot.
motherfucking nice, bro.
Yeah, it's nice. Straight up.
Shout out Terrence No Roxy. I didn't even know that was his joint. I didn't know he was on board. I see him all the time. That's what's up, man.
Most of them, if you see somebody that chills with him, hop on that mic, they most likely gonna play a beat by Terrence No Roxy. But his beat game was crazy. He actually made one for me. I got sitting. It's gonna be my next hit. So it's gonna be the next come my way. I'm gonna redo it. Cause he most definitely spazzed on something.
I'm gonna have to rub some elbows, man. Straight up. Real shit. That's a dope opportunity, man. I know you got it. I know you got it, bro. Your shit fire, man. I can't stop listening to it all that day. I'll fuck with you, bro. That's why I try to plug it as much as I possibly can. You know what I'm saying?
I try to mostly hit these events to show. Most of the shows. I got stuff going on outside of the town. It's not like Arizona, New York, Atlanta, stuff that I could be doing. But while I'm in this town, you know, so this is why I found like most of my friends. Even though I learned a lot of hard lessons, I learned a lot of good lessons and stuff. It helped me build my morals and everything. So it's my way of giving back by showing y'all, you know what I'm saying, y'all, this town might not support y'all, but I do. And if I make it happen, then I'm gonna make sure that y'all make it happen as long as y'all got that drive. That's all I'm here for. I love people with drive, man. I pick up inspiration off of it. Like, I can pick up inspiration off you. I've been seeing you on live and stuff, outside, enjoying your walks and stuff. I rode my bike here.
That's what's up.
I rode my bike here. I had to get my fitness in. I ain't gonna lie.
Definitely gotta stay fit.
That's the best way to do
Shine
it.
kids with the no tank top on.
Yeah. I need to get my shit back. I need to be on your bike. There you go. What's up? Swimming lessons. Where can we find that at?
You can find swimming lessons on SoundCloud, YouTube.
And this is all under Solo, correct? Solo Report.
Alright. It won't be the dollar sign though. You can find it if you put the dollar sign on YouTube, dollar sign OJO, but for the most part, to make it easier to find is SOJODA Poet. Swim lessons is a start of a string of EPs.
Okay.
Designed like different classes. So there's gonna be swimming lessons. The one I just scrapped everything, just chose a whole new repertoire of beats and stuff. The next one's gonna be flight school.
Flight school, okay. I like that. I like that whole thought. That's dope as
It's
hell.
gonna be swimming lessons, flight school, driver's ed, DMV. That's gonna be a whole lot of. It's gonna say DMV for like, you know what I'm saying. Once you learn how to drive, that's how. But it's gonna have a whole lot of Detroit-based sound into that one. So it's gonna be really a shout out to them. After I go to Detroit, I'm gonna do the DMV one. Then from there, I plan on music videos, back-to-back music videos. Getting seen. I'm gonna do it the famous Dex way, just back-to-back until somebody knows it.
Drop content after content.
Yeah.
And it's undeniable. It ain't gonna be long, bro.
Yeah.
Okay.
That little booties matter. Little booties matter.
That's my favorite, bro. That's my favorite song so far.
That joint dope as hell. When y'all was performing that joint, I think that was the first time I had heard it. And I'm like, did this nigga just? You know what I'm saying? But I'm rocking with it though, the whole time. And the crowd was too, real shit.
I love when people tell me they like the song because they get a smile on their face, but they start laughing before they say it. Like they can't say the name of the song.
Yeah,
That's the point.
Yes, sir.
So what was the inspiration behind that?
Behind Lil Booties Matter, I had thought about recent relationships. And like most of the girls I dated, they had big butts, but their personalities were terrible. You know what I'm saying? It's saying that they used the fact that they had something that attracted men to only be what attracted men. You know what I'm saying? They didn't bring nothing to the table. Yeah. So with Lil Booties Matter, it's like you don't have one thing that everybody goes after or something, so you have to bring something to the table. So like Lil Booties Matter, my love, which is Mia Moore, you put your face on it. Usually when you say you put your face on it,
Mia Moore.
women put their makeup and all that stuff on to look good and all that stuff, but that's not the real you.
Yeah.
So yeah, the song is really about being yourself. So when the lyrics are like righteous, I might just take family to an island, treat me as your equal, but see me as your equal, but still treat me as your highness. You know what I'm saying? It's like see the God in me as I see the God in you. So then we both on equal things, but you can't expect me to treat you like a God when you're not. You know what I'm saying? You're not a God in your own right. You ain't
Talk to him,
You're not
bro.
gonna be a God until you know yourself. I'm still finding out myself, but at least I'm acknowledging it.
It's a crazy journey, ain't it?
Mm-hmm. So that song got a lot of deep meaning behind it. That's why it's my favorite. And I add the comedy to lessen up the seriousness.
We gonna get a video for that joint?
Probably.
Okay.
I listened to it enough that it probably is.
That's what's up.
I just have to decide on the concept behind it. It might be like a girl talking to a guy or something, then she getting dressed up and stuff, and she doing all this because she thinks this is the type of guy that the girl wants or something, but then he really just looking for a peace of mind and stuff like that. So then she doing
all
that.
we want as
That's
men
it.
is a peace of mind.
That's all that's it.
We do all this required of us, and all we want is to be able to think without no issues.
And no problems. Or just, even if we're doing something, to me, even if I'm doing something wrong, don't like correct me. Like correct me, but don't like shit on me.
Yeah, don't bash me.
Don't bash me.
Yeah.
Nowadays, they tend to think that the independent mind goes to a unnecessary extent nowadays. When people take the fact that they are one mind to face an opinion, but then their opinions are never generated based off, you know what I'm saying, their personal feelings. It's usually based on just being anti or being defensive to something. So you never get a true feeling out of it. That's why I speak to everybody from a third person point of view, even if it's just me and them. I speak like me and you are talking, but I'm over there watching the conversation, so I can get my input on it without having no personal feelings.
Yeah.
So that way I've been doing that from now on. I can quell almost any argument. Yeah. But I tend to mind my business now.
Let's keep going in. It's peaceful. It's peaceful as hell. Yeah.
Straight solidarity, man. That's all I have.
I'm gonna have to take that and run with it, bro. Like what you were saying about a third person conversation. I'm definitely gonna have to try that. I never even looked at anything that way, and I'm gonna start for sure.
Most definitely. It's a way of understanding. Like you're not gonna, most people, when you're talking directly to a person, they're talking like you're talking at them, not to them. You know what I'm saying? But if one person, well, then they like to bring in other people doing arguments and stuff, they ask their opinions on stuff just because they think the person's going to agree with you. Usually the person just agrees with you because they don't want no input on the argument, so they just going to nod their head or something, but you're going to take that to the next extent. Yeah. So
y'all both right.
Yeah. So what if I'm talking to you, but I'm also that person that you're finna ask for an opinion? Because people always ask heinous or crazy questions. You just gotta learn how to dissect everything that they say and then hit them back with it. I hit people back with the same thing that they say. That way they can't argue with me. I'm like, so you arguing against yourself. I put them in a position where they're arguing themselves, and then people catch on to the words round. But it's that one person that has to stand up. And don't nobody usually stand up when somebody argues with them. Somebody usually comes to me later and be like, oh, bro, yeah, I was hearing what you were saying. And stuff. I'm like, but you could have said that then. You know what I'm saying? I know what I was saying was right, but he the one as long as he the one that needs help right now, y'all just leading him on and stuff. That's not good friends.
Nah, not at all.
That's why I have no friends. Nobody really like my honesty.
On the spot correction.
They do not like it. I'm gonna tell you everything I can to make you a better man. And that's just what a friend's supposed to do.
Facts.
They think I'm just supposed to sit around and condone anything that they do. As long as I'm your friend, I got your back in it. But nah, that's how people get shot.
That's a yes man.
Yes men are dangerous,
Facts, bro.
They dangerous.
I send your ass off quickly on that thing. I have to separate myself from a lot of motherfuckers, man. I don't know, you just get older, you get wiser, and then you start making different decisions, man.
I mean, most of mine, where my wiseness comes from the fact that having to grow up young and stuff, having for second grade, teachers trying to boost me up grades and stuff, trying to put me in. My mom would let them because she wanted me to have a normal life and stuff, but it didn't stop my mind from wondering and feeling like I'm above the schools and stuff. That was more like, I didn't know if that was a cockiness or anything, but it's just, the schools was teaching, but they weren't teaching me what I felt like I needed to know.
Or they say that a lot about young kids, man. Like a lot of young kids that's not really focused on school. They say they bored, bro. I can't put it on everybody, but they definitely say they bored. Like the level of education ain't matching, it ain't challenging them enough, you know what I'm saying?
I think that they just don't put realistic stuff that they're going through in the curriculum. I think like once you get to the point where you can put real life situations, like not too severe, but just like, okay, this is what you're going through, like into the curriculum, then you're gonna have those kids who have real life issues outside of the school. You probably think about, like, damn, we don't got no lights, we don't got no power. I see my mom working all the time. I'm coming home, I'm by myself. My mom gotta go to work, my granny gotta go to work, my granddad gotta go to work, my dad ain't there. You know what I mean? Like, you talk about those real life emotional issues, tap in to those emotional issues, and then you can reach the kids and realize each kid is different. You know what I mean? Like, you got different kids, they got a blanket curriculum for everybody, and everybody ain't the same. Like you train people different, like your mind learn different. Like I'm the type of person, I'm more like, I see something, I hear something, and then I do it. Some people can just see it and do it. Some people can read something and then take that and put it together. Like it's just a blanket, like one size fit all education system, which ain't working. And it's like people get lost if you don't fit into that mold. Then you're gonna get lost.
I think one thing that helped me out was I got kicked out of regular school. So I got sent to a school where the teachers really had to be more one-on-one with you. So they had to be, so once they started to notice like how smart I was and stuff, they started putting like giving me tests and stuff. And then I scored I think I scored the highest that they had ever recorded on visual spatial skills.
Okay.
So there's like, if you can see it, you can do it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like visual spatial skills. Then from there, I got into an argument in social studies class about wars and stuff. Yeah, I got into an argument with one of the white kids in that class and stuff. And next thing you know, teachers pulled me to the side and asked me, do I want to join the debate team and stuff. They said I took on the whole class, really.
Yeah.
And then from there, I went to joining the newspaper team, just stuff that was outside of my career, stuff that I was in the streets and stuff. And I'm like, this one dude sagging, wearing all these different clothes and necklaces and watches and stuff, and I'm coming into this computer lab and I'm working on articles, talking about graveyards, writing stories and stuff, and then all the teachers coming to me to tell me they love my articles and stuff. It made me think differently. They said, I started going to college for journalism, everything.
To me, it's like you gotta, and what helps too is you have dope teachers.
Mm-hmm.
Like I remember, y'all already know I was in the freshman section twice at Advantage. But when I moved to Milwaukee, I switched schools. I was going to John Madison, but my dad took me out of that school and I started going to the school. I graduated WCLL. It's a smaller school. Less people. I think our graduation class was like 50 or 60 people. So the classes were smaller and the teachers were more direct. You still had like a class of like for electives like 30 or 40, but like your actual core classes, it was smaller because it was smaller groups, like 15 of us in the class compared to at a band of 30, and you got one teacher who's trying to check the box of, oh, I taught you this, so you should get learned. Well, I got some stories like that too. I remember we had to put on a trial in my was it social studies? No, world history class, a different trial, and I was one of the lawyers. We had jury members, we had defendants, and this and the third. And I ended up winning the trial. Like we had to interview, it was like a week-long project. We had to interview each person, like the defendant, get their stories and this and that third. And everybody didn't take it serious, but my teacher, shout out to Mr. G at WCLL.
Mr. G!
Like, it sparked something in me. Like, so you definitely need dope teachers and stuff like that. And then going from being in the freshman section twice, that was like around like the first week of me being in that school. It just boosted my motivation. Like, yo, I'm about to take this school stuff serious. Like I'm about to quit procrastinating, do my homework. Like, I actually like being here. And he was very like animated. Like, it was never a day. Like, I think it was probably like 2 or 3 days. I had him like a quarter of junior year and then all of senior year. So it was never a day in his class where we just deaf by PowerPoints or him reading something out the book. It was always interactive. So it was like, if we talking about world history, we talking about the ancient Mayans. Like, he got a movie playing and he narrating it. He pausing the movie and talking about, like, what would you do?
That's how you get the brain.
And then you get the brain and you get the thinking. Quizzes was based off of, like, actual conversations that we had up in there. Like, so you remember, like, okay, yeah, I remember talking about this.
And they getting school
and you still learning.
Nothing you learned in class. I used to especially math class. We'll be talking about X2 plus Y, and the next thing you know, you got some, what's that? Geometry. You got geometry paper in front of you or something. Like, I don't know nothing about this. Especially that standard testing that they used to have. Most of them questions that had nothing to do with what you learned in class.
Right. It did.
They just had to guess. They just wanted to see how smart you was. But how you gonna see that? You trying to make us answer questions to stuff that we only learned in school, and I ain't even taught this. It don't make sense. You think we gonna go home and study X, Y's and stuff on our own time? No. I mean, I did. Like, I did like a graphing calculator.
Throw that book back there.
That wasn't my strong point at all. I felt like,
what, man?
Especially when you start throwing the letters in. I just came from English, bro. I just came from English.
I love that.
How y'all
English wasn't mine. Like,
I'm just saying, I got English twice. How you mix English into math?
All types of red marks on my paper.
It's confusing, bro. I use common sense to do my math. And if I can't use common sense to solve it, I don't do it. You gonna see a paper with me with a whole bunch of. I put like Jesus or something. That answer y'all just to be funny. I'm like, they told me Jesus was the answer to everything. So I said that to them.
Facts.
I just hit him with it. I'm like, man, I ain't finna answer. Y'all ain't teach me this. I'm like, I don't know. You didn't teach me. But that's stuff that gets you in trouble.
To me, with math it's steps. So you gotta learn the basics. How this guy taught me, he said it's tools. So if you learn, you need different tools to do different things. So basic, all math is adding, subtraction. That's pretty much what it is.
It just comes down to that.
Yeah, so if you think of multiplication, that's nothing but adding, really. You think of division, that's subtraction. So it's just adding, subtraction, but you need the different tools. Like you might have a different size socket wrench, so that's, it's hard to explain, but different tools for different things.
Like
so if you learn like how to work a screwdriver, and then with that screwdriver, you might get a power drill. From that power drill, you might get a power saw. And then before you know it, you got a whole house or this and the third. So if you learn the basics and work your way up, it's not as bad, and don't rush it. It's like step by step. And like with algebra, it's like, to me, it's like life almost. It's like the unknown. Like when you got a letter X or Y, like what's the unknown? So you solving what's the unknown based off with the information that's provided. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, it really do help with problem solving. Algebra helps with problem solving.
It's problem solving one-on-one. So like I always say, life is a big algebra problem. What's the unknown? What's X? So I got this, what's on the other side of the equation?
I'm thinking like X is a decision.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. It's a decision. Depending on what side of the equation,
I'm taking in all this and doing all this to figure things out. What's your answer to the whole thing? So that's your decision.
I could never stick with the please excuse my dear Aunt Sally part. Like, it's like...
That is the easiest way to get it all done, bro. If you see it, I can answer any math question in parentheses. That's what I can do. I can do any math question in parentheses. Those are the easiest ones, just because I follow that P and PEMDAS. I love it.
I always got the other answer. Everybody got one, I got some other shit. Every time, bro.
Yeah, it's like no answer was wrong. It was just based on the way that they wanted you to get the answer. You probably took a wrong way and they led you to this answer. So then you got to do it the way that they wanted you to do it to get to this answer.
step by step. If you break it down, you can identify what you did wrong too. It's like, so if it's please assume, so you go for parentheses, you do what's in the parentheses, addition. You do that all the addition.
And the exponents.
So if you write the steps out, you can.
What they try to get you is they try to put like the division inside the parentheses or something. So then you got to do the division first, and then it goes off the PEMDAS.
So it's like little trick, little rich.
Yeah, man. Maybe we could do a little math tutoring one day. Seriously, y'all seem real knowledgeable.
Well, since we talking about Aunt Sally, I like to do this thing called smash dash cup that ass. Names off the cuff. It's Juneteenth today. We record Wednesday, June 19th.
June 19th, happy birthday again, mother.
So we doing famous black figures, black women. Harriet Tubman.
I knew he was going to say Harriet Tubman. That's the first thing popped in my house when somebody going to say Harriet Tubman.
Madam C.J. Walker.
CJ.
And one of my favorite Outkast songs, Rosa Parks. Juneteenth. Happy Juneteenth, everybody.
Juneteenth.
It's going to get posted on Friday, but happy Juneteenth.
It's smash, pass, and cuff. I'm going to have to cuff CJ Walker. Pass on Harriet Tubman because she beat people. And I smash was the person. I smash was the person because she's stubborn. So I wouldn't want to deal with that. Like, girl, let's go. I'm not getting up.
Time to go. You got to go, bucko.
You ready or not? No, I'm not.
The club is free before 11. Well, we got to pay.
Hey, that was real quick, man. Did that real quick.
Shy Kids.
Like, oh, damn.
Was Madam C.J. Walker the first millionaire?
Honestly, bro, I'm clueless.
Yeah, that'd be a good investment.
Good investment. Businesswoman.
Man.
Ooh. Did she create the hot comb? Or the perm? No, she didn't create the perm. And we got one. I'm like, here's we talking about school.
Juneteenth. Look, this is what I was doing.
Do your Googles.
Oh God, so I think before I smashed Harriet, I think I did. So I don't think I'm gonna do that this time.
You ain't going down south, huh?
Nah.
Not the underground.
So I'm gonna go with a dash on Harriet this time around. Damn. I think I'm gonna just switch the two that Solo said and go with Cuffin Rosa Parks.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with Cuffin Rosa Parks because I don't know, I always had a thing for we sat here and talked about strong black women last time, especially with Jackie, with Ann Greer. And I always had a thing for that, I want to say authoritative figure and foot down, you feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And for her to make that stand on that bus, well, that sit on that bus, it was dope. So I'm gonna go with Cuffin Rosa. Yeah.
I love a woman with authority.
Yeah.
But they don't do too much.
So slow down a tad though. You been.
As long as
I love women, but don't do too much.
I still sit at the back of the bus too. I have to fucking.
I like to keep my eyes on my surroundings.
I don't think it's that. I think you can. I think the more purpose was you could sit anywhere you want.
It was more of a choice.
Yeah.
Choice. Like we were only isolated to the back of the bus, and I think they said she was in the back of the bus, but she had to get up so he could sit down. And she's like, nah, right.
I think in the Boondocks, they take on it. I think she was sitting like towards the back of it already, like next to the Freeman and everything. Yeah. She was sitting more in the back.
She was sitting in the back. Like I think the sign was right there. Like she was right there. I don't know, like the bus is still the same.
Say what a
separation. Like right when you go up and that separation right there, she was sitting like that first seat before you get out the side of that mug.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think she was sitting like around that right there.
Oh,
but
they just picked.
He told her to get up. Yeah,
they really just be picking.
Yeah. I read something like she wasn't the first one. It was another lady, but I think she was a 17-year-old black lady. I forget her name. But she ended up getting arrested too. But the NAACP didn't want to pick her for the case because she was a lot younger. She was pregnant. And I think that she was pregnant out of wedlock.
So they went for the image.
So yeah.
Which was smart.
Yeah, it was smart.
Yeah, back then, you know, like back then, you in the South Bible Belt, like, whoa, she was fast. You know.
I mean, you see how they do it nowadays.
Yeah.
They try to deface you. They try to face you so bad.
Give your ass a whole different character.
They definitely do. We was just talking about that at work, how they like as soon as somebody like get killed by the police or as soon as somebody like injustice incur, like they bringing up everything negative on
up a 9-year-old picture with a Nerf gun. He used to be a thug anyways. Like,
that's why I'm kind of glad. You know, I said not for the violence part, but on the retaliation part from what's going on in Memphis and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, I'm saying like they said that kid was. I said they wasn't nothing that they could put it on. They said he was honor roll student, straight A's. He was doing good, finna go to college, doing everything he could, taking care of his family and stuff, and got hit 20 times, and Memphis wouldn't stand for it.
I don't think it would be bad. They just gotta say it's wrong. Even if you're a bad person, nobody deserves to get killed. Unless you kill somebody or, we'll talk about death penalty later or something, or rape somebody or something like that, pedophile, but if you just, like, nobody deserves that. I don't feel like nobody deserves that. And God's the only judge, so you shouldn't be out here taking lives and you're supposed to be protecting people and keeping people safe.
Yeah, I feel like the penalty should match the crime.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been seeing that they talk like pedophiles and like sexual offenders, like they got something that will castrate them now, stuff like that. So like that'd be a rightful type thing.
They talking about castration. Yeah. Can't even get that junk up.
Now like this is a rightful punishment. So
yeah, you take something that ain't yours.
Exactly.
Now I'm about to take what is. You won't be taking nothing else. Oh God.
Now they getting the streets. The streets was what the real problem was. It was all these people in the streets getting hit and nobody was making a stand for it because the police people don't want to deal with the police. But now they they getting tired of it. So the Memphis streets took action this time. It was more than just the protesters. It was the thugs and everything. The Crips, the Bloods came together and stuff. Now there's 6 hospitalized police officers, 24 injured. Yeah, they not going for no more. But hopefully people lead by example, just not the more violent way.
Yeah. I was just reading something, I don't remember where it was exactly, but it was almost the same. I'm gonna have to like water this down because I really don't remember, but it was the GDs, the folks down somewhere. It was down south though. I want to say Mississippi. Nah, probably not Mississippi. I don't remember. I don't want to lie, but they was definitely saying that a sheriff had killed one of theirs, and they was just like, man, we same thing. We tired of this shit. Like eye for an eye. We ain't stopping until we get one.
I think they requested the officer. Like they wanted the officer's life. They wanted 1-for-1, and I'm like, because most of these people they just losing their jobs.
Right.
They just losing their jobs.
And like Donovan was saying, I ain't huge on violence, but I definitely ain't protesting. We can protest forever. Shit.
But this the thing though, we gotta, where the rubber meets the road, if you think about it, bro, like, you can protest, but you gotta actually be in these city hall meetings. You gotta be actually like know what's going on in the community. You gotta actually know what's going on, like how many judges you got, how many, like who's in charge of that, what's the actual system. A lot of people just protesting because it's trendy. You know what I mean? Like think about it. It's trendy. Like you doing the same thing your grandma and granddaddy used to do in the 60s. But the difference is between now and then, they actually was meeting with people who can actually change that and hold people accountable with it by changing laws. Like, you know what I mean? Like, meet with the police commissioner, meet with stuff like that. That's a lot of stuff. So it's all right to protest. I'm all for a peaceful protest.
I think Nipsey tried to meet. Yeah, he was supposed to meet with the police before they got him. I think
the next day, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's why a lot of people saying it was a conspiracy. And it's very dangerous doing that when you get into that political world. Because just like we were saying, they're going to bring up your old skeletons and stuff like that. And everybody want to shoot the messenger and not receive the message. Well, you can shoot me as long as you get the message. That's my job.
Yeah, I think that's how he moves too.
Yeah, like go ahead. But I feel like people got to get more involved in the community activists and more so like protesting, but being a difference in the community.
And take more advantage of this social media that we got now. Because nowadays people can see what's going on in a whole nother country. But the way that they interpret it and stuff, you know what I'm saying? They put all that propaganda behind it. So I'm like, yeah, if you're going to protest and all that stuff, get yourself to a platform where they can't mix your words.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Where what they saying is like completely televised. Go to a city council or something, they're recording there. Go to and speak your mind at like board meetings everywhere where they can't. Yeah. The social media or like the news can't just hit you and try to mix your words and stuff. Everybody in there heard you. Everybody on that newscast heard you when it spreads around.
And it's public record.
Yeah.
It's public record.
Recorded.
Yeah, I think that's the difference. A lot of people be protesting and this, that, and third, but nothing changed. And you know what too? Vote. Vote for people who got the same like mind, and holding people you vote for accountable. Accountable and understand, like I'm just now getting into politics at 28 and I'm learning like a lot of stuff like that I didn't know before, you know what I mean? Like who's the mayor of Champaign, who's the mayor of Atlanta, who's the head of city council, just the stuff around in my city alone where I'm living at.
That's where it starts.
And it's like how our judges, because people are like, man, these judges, this guy got probation for the same crime as this. Well, how we electing these judges? We talked about school, Champaign, was it Champaign County superintendent for the school? He was the only person on the ballot. The only person, one name on the ballot. Nobody ran against him. A Republican. I didn't even know Republicans ran for superintendents of school. Them the people who control curriculum, them people who control what your kids learn. These are people who, we all pay taxes, so why not? Like, that's how I look at it. Like, how am I getting involved in this and that? When my kids go to school, I'm paying taxes for a public school. I want to make sure that that public school has the correct funds. I'm meeting with these superintendents. I'm meeting with these teachers. What are you teaching my kid?
Exercise your political rights.
Speaking on politics, I'm 24, just starting to get into the thing. I spoke with Mike Ingram, who's in politics and the boys and stuff, and I'm actually finna take my dip into it. I'm finna go into politics, running for something in the town.
Okay, talk about it.
I was actually gonna run
First off,
I was gonna build it up and build up my experience, and go for mayor. That's what I was going
Bro,
for.
that's what's up,
But
man.
I want to get this. I say all these things, and I be talking to people about everything that they like and dislike about this town. So I think I could actually change some stuff around here.
the mayor office is dope, man.
And not here to go back to my old town and run for mayor there.
Yeah.
Something.
The office is dope. I know the mayor before the last one, Don Gerard. I actually sat down and had lunch with him. So dope, and he was telling me like everything that went with it. You know what I mean? Like budgets, stuff like that. City approved things. Like we getting a lot of restaurants in this town. We need some activities.
Chick-fil-A.
So that's a lot. And them city council meetings, the mayor is there. Supposed to be there for the most part.
They even took down the Chick-fil-A that was here. There was one here. But
For real?
it was over on campus, and they took it down. And it was my first time ever eating Chick-fil-A was there. And that made me fall in love with chicken sandwiches. Boy, they chicken sandwiches were so, them waffle fries are so good.
Waffle fries, man.
That was the best taste of
Cheers.
food. Next week is gone.
I ain't never had it, but I heard that shit is expensive.
What, Chick-fil-A?
Yeah.
Ain't too bad.
Okay.
Ain't too bad.
It's about the same thing as getting a Whopper at Burger King.
Yeah, it's like
Okay.
Burger King prices, Barbie prices, and they got like meal deals and stuff like that.
Fries come with it and some more.
Y'all making me hungry.
They shakes too.
Oh,
They shakes.
excuse me. But you thought we blew it. You thought you dodged the bullet. But you didn't, brother.
What you talking about?
Smash, dash, cuff.
Damn, I thought I was a professional.
Look,
You see how I came went on there to
we can get right back into what we left
Yo,
off
ass
at,
been
but
sitting
no.
over there plotting like a
Yeah,
motherfucker.
man, multitasking, having
It's
this
a TikTok,
conversation.
man.
That's what it is, bro.
We all trying to see what he gonna do with Harriet.
Yeah.
I'm dashing on here.
Say
No, I'm cuffing madam, cause everybody know like I'm business mom, trying to get my business together, money together, and if it's true, I'm just gonna say it. I think she was like the first black woman millionaire, black millionaire, if you know, or one of the few. So I'm cuffing her. I'm smashing Harriet, bro.
Smashing Harriet.
It's too much authority, too much power.
That's power, bro. And her story is dope, man. Like, her story is dope. Like, I didn't watch so many documentaries on Harriet Tubman. It's crazy. Like, carrying a gun. Like,
She wasn't playing no games.
bro.
So I'm trying to get y'all out of
Outta
here
here.
well. And if you finna be on that stuff, bro, you can either take this shot, cause you ain't finna go snitch on the rest of these.
Nothing.
You ain't finna go tell on the rest of these people I'm trying to get well. I'm like, yeah.
That's dope, bro.
She was
Like,
with the shits.
Mm-hmm.
carry a gun. One of the America's Most Wanted. She was just gangster.
Super gangster. Oh,
Man.
God.
So, involved in politics, a soldier, spy. I'm splashing on her, you know what I mean? And who's the other one?
Rosa.
Yeah, I'm dashing Rosa.
Alright, Rosa Rose.
I'm dashing Rosa. Just for, like my man Solo say, like, when it's time to go, it's time to go.
You gotta get up and go.
I know Harriet gonna take me right where I need to be. I just playing.
Hey, how do you even get to this club? You gonna hit a left here? Oh, let me see the stars.
Ooh.
Trying to get to the stop.
It's at the end of the drinking gourd.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm cuffing Madam CJ Walker.
That's a good business move.
Yeah, that's a good business. She in the hair business too. $1 billion business today, so she was worth $1 million back then, you know. She was alive. These are jokes. We know we live in a sensitive climate. We don't want nobody
And the folks
They talking about smashing Harriet. What type of show is this, man?
To be
It's
honest.
just conversations, man. Like, no topic. We just have fun. Like, we being ourselves, man.
What was the shirt I wore last time? Yeah, of course your opinion matters.
But not to me.
It's not to me. Yeah. Them folks will be alright.
Speaking of that, man, how was your Father's Day?
I was dope, man. You know, I did exactly what I said when I
Oh,
got
you got a pedicure?
Yeah, when
Yeah,
I got
he
the
posted about
dogs
it.
done. But
You gonna show the camera or what?
shit. Hey, look, whole camera gonna crack, bro. Look, they got done, but them motherfuckers is still, they still terrible. You feel me? Yeah.
They did the best they could.
My bad, I was supposed to pull up on you. I was on the road, bro.
Yeah, it's all good, man. Shit, you had a lot going on the day before, right?
Yeah.
Build a bear.
That was dope, man.
Yes, sir.
Expensive, but dope.
Build-A-Bear?
Yeah.
I've always wanted one.
For real? It's one in Chicago in the Navy Pier, bro. You should go. It's not a big store. It's like a little booth, probably like the size of where we at now. And they walk you through it. You know, you pick different designs. The bears itself is cheap. What they get you
inside them.
Yeah. What they get you with with the clothes and stuff. So I had one with my I had one with somebody and and she like, yeah, they need clothes. And I'm like, I'm adding all of my hair like
So this gonna have
for
to
my
be
babies, you know.
You didn't tell you, man, go over there to that, that baby shop. Get
You sit at home and make some clothes. And
yeah,
shit,
but that's what they get you with is with the clothes. The clothes are expensive. I think they got the sales on the actual bears. Like that bears we actually got the girls was 2 for $35. But the outfits itself was like buying a regular fit. $40.
Designer.
$40 for a bear?
You can get one of those giant bears for like $19.99.
Yeah, the bears itself, like I said, the actual bears itself was cheap, but other than that, it was dope. And then we walked around Navy Pier. That was my first time actually walking around Navy Pier, experiencing Chicago in a different light. I had the girls, you know what I mean? One on my head, one there, one on the hip. They
wore you out. I can tell you had a good time when I did hit you as I was going to get my joint. You like, I'm gonna get a nap, bro.
Yeah, I told you, I'm going home and take a naps, bro. That's the older you get, naps is important.
Especially if you're a vacation, man. That's my vacation, sleep.
What you doing? I'm about to take a nap.
Goddamn. I took these last 2 days. I took a nap. You that real shit.
Like, man,
I've been resting a lot recently.
For real?
They've been throwing me up. I've been trying to get my sleep schedule on track, but it seems like I should be tired. Regardless, I go to sleep early. I'm gonna sleep like 7 o'clock. Wake up at 10 or 11. Still be tired. Wake up, go back to sleep. Still be.
I actually had to set an alarm on my phone, and that's why I got the Fitbit too. I don't got the longest charger, but cause I wasn't sleeping. I was sleeping like 2 hours a day. And I was telling you, like, man, it was like, man, why am I so tired? I'm not even like noticing it. And it was broken up. That's why I was on third shift. Why am I so tired? I got the Fitbit to track your sleep, 2 hours, 3 hours. I had to make a conscious effort like, no, bro. Sleep is important.
Yeah, facts.
Cranky, snappy at people. Like, why? Like, why am I so? I don't feel like myself.
I actually saw a movie. It was a Russian experiment where they had 4 inmates inside a room and they put like this gas in there that stopped them from going to sleep. So like that crankiness and all that stuff, that comes from like, it brings you back to your animal where it's like where you move mostly off instinct and all that stuff. So you turn more aggressive and more feral and stuff. The less sleep you get, because you lose your sanity, you lose your thinking mind, you just start to go insane. It was crazy.
That sleep deprivation is real. I think the military fucked me up with that.
Yeah.
Be out in the field.
People be up for days.
Yeah, and different training, like the Ranger training, that's actually one of the things that they do. You only, it's a rule or a law that you're only required to get them 4 hours of sleep. And it's not continuous.
Damn, and it's not continuous. Not even 4 fucking consecutive hours.
No,
That's
you see them boys. I never actually did Ranger training, but at Bragg, I was part of a detail, Op 4, which you act like the enemy. So we was their enemy, acting like we was the enemies to help them with their training.
Yeah.
They had to identify where we was at, did different combat maneuvers and stuff like that, get rated on that.
Okay.
Well, you see them boys was tight. Them boys was tight. Like, man, like, literally, like, and it was a week-long thing. So we was out there with them for a week. we'll go out there, they'll come through at a certain time, they give us a time frame, we'll drive in a Humvee, go to the spot where we need to be at, shoot a couple blank rounds at them, they'll respond to us. We go back to, it's like a little, kind of like a cabin area, wood area. We'll go back, chilling, we on the phone, on our phones, on the laptop, watching movies and stuff. Till the next time, go, eat some hot chow, drive back to the base, come back, it's 2:30 in the morning, we gotta get up. We complaining about that. But them boys was out there the whole time walking around in the wood. Ranger school was not for me.
Yeah, man. I guess as bad as it sounds, you gotta get them prepared, because that's how shit be when it's time.
Yeah, you definitely do. Even if you're not a ranger, patrols is 16 hours, 12-hour patrols a day. You're driving around, you gotta be alert. And you gotta have a mind, and you can't. I get it, like everything, it's a method behind the madness.
Yeah.
Your decision making gotta be that. Rangers consider leaders and stuff like that. So you gotta be able to, if something happened to this person, you gotta be able to take over the squad. Combat tactics under stressful information. They the first ones in. Shit that y'all the general public don't hear about.
Yeah, so extreme conditions.
Yeah, you gotta definitely have your mindset, a strong mind.
I mean, I knew a veteran. He was a sniper though. He was somehow he had to sit still for days, waiting on something to happen in his little sniper post. He had to sit there for days. Can't go to the bathroom. You gotta go to the bathroom. You gotta do it right there. Yeah. I'm like, man, that's
definitely real. They train you with all that. Different. You seen the movie Jarhead? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's kind of like that. You out on patrol, or if you on an outpost, you out there by yourself. And how he was just looking, and I'm sure the movie wasn't twice as bad as the reality. Right. You're actually out there just waiting for something to happen. And you got that small little window to get your shot out. Going crazy, man.
Yeah. That's why so many people come back with that PTS, man. There's a lot to go into that. That's from training to the actual action.
That shit sound like solitude.
You just gotta have a strong mind with that, with anything. But it's real. The everyday people got PTSD. We got PTSD trauma that we don't even know. So,
I found out more about that. I found out more about that from these women nowadays. It's like, especially college girls, they love to analyze you. It's like when they're around you, they treat you like an experiment and stuff. They ask you all these questions and stuff. That's why I don't like to deal with. Don't get in my head. I don't like to get in my head.
I like that shit. That's my goddamn problem. I like that shit.
What, hitting in your head?
Yeah, I like to get the feedback from what's going on in here.
Oh yeah, I like to know what's going on. But at the same time, I don't like people trying to.
I'm a little weird because I don't really trust people. So I feel like if you're trying to get in my head, what do you want? Mm-hmm. What's the motive behind
intention?
It?
The worst part is they just want to know to know. So that's like a extra bullet for them. Yeah. You tell them something that when you vulnerable or something, tell them they might be there for you then, but let something go bad. You better get brought up to light and stuff. You can't trust people like that. So I'm like, I do something now. I call it hood counseling. I did it and I got responses already. Somebody came over my house. I sat with them, talked to them about everything. They was talking about how people had passed and I was affecting them and stuff, and then I was giving them advice on routes that they could take and stuff. But then they told me it was great insight. Next thing you know, I got it the same day somebody from Indiana hit me up. I'm talking to them over the phone and stuff. I'm like, yeah, I feel like I can really help out the community with this. I be feeling like a guru sometimes.
Bro, book me a session.
I feel like this right here is a hood counseling.
We ain't gonna say too much on this, man.
That's what I be needing. I don't be having no positive people to really talk to. Right? Everybody got their own things that they be going through, and they be bringing their problems around me. And the person I am, I'm gonna go. If you tell me about your problems, I'm gonna try and solve it, and not tell you how you gonna solve it. But we not just gonna talk about problems and not do nothing about it. Yeah. I mean, I don't like that.
That's emotionally.
Yeah. A lot of people just talk just to know. So I don't tell nobody nothing. I tell them what you need to know. As far as about me and stuff, anything else about me that I keep in my head, it's probably because I'm trying to figure myself out myself. So I ain't gonna tell you nothing.
That's dope, man. I like that. Real shit.
That's good. Hood counseling, man.
Hood counseling.
Book them. So poet.
Yeah, man. I work for free. Unless you want me to do
Pro bono.
Yeah, unless you want me to do some extra stuff, I'm charging extra, but it ain't gonna be nothing because I don't really like money. I don't like money and stuff. Oh yeah, speaking of that, if you guys are looking for low priced jewelry from the jewelers, I got that. Got low priced jewelry, necklaces, pendants, diamond bracelets. Got the hookup on that just recently.
Okay.
Pulled me to the side, showed me his whole collection and stuff. He wants me to shout him out on the music and stuff like that. In exchange, I get jewelry.
Sponsor.
Mm-hmm.
Well, shout him out so he'll see.
Man, TK Wills, man. William out here doing his thing, man. He getting all that low price jewelry. I mean, low price. Easily worth thousands. But he gonna hook you up with just because he gets it for free. You know what I'm saying? So he got too much to really do anything with it himself. So he trying to help the hood out. So shout out TK Williams. You can find him on Snapchat, TK Williams, TEA_KAE_Williams. He'll hook you up real good.
Okay, that's what's up. I wish I'd have known that on Father's Day. Show when to grab some earrings.
How was your Father's Day, man?
Speaking of,
my Father's Day was filled with confusion.
okay.
You know, I got a cat, so I treat that like my baby. But I did have a son. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I remember last time you shared that with us.
I posted him off for Father's Day. Since I missed him, so I was in contact with his mom. I was trying to see him that day. She said she was gonna see him, but you know, she has a jealous boyfriend or something that doesn't really like when people think that he's my son and stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't see him. Last time I seen him, he acted just like me. So I was proud of that stuff. But yeah, me and her cut off contact afterwards that because I was like, it seemed like most of the questions she was asking me and stuff, she was just trying to figure out some stuff that she could have figured out if she would have stuck around instead of giving up on my brother and stuff. So I don't really owe you anything. I'm really just here for the kid. And if you trying to get your personal feel out of it, then I'm gonna get to him when I can. But it's been like 6 years, so I can wait a little bit longer. When this money comes, it's all gonna come.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah, man. Keep pushing. He said.
Keep pushing, man. Juneteenth today, man. Juneteenth.
We making progress. Oh, it's beautiful, man.
It's beautiful.
Love seeing black progression.
Black progression.
Let me ask you a question. Do you do most of your recording with Pharrell Mob?
Yep.
Like all of it?
Not all of it. When the Eddie and Eddie was produced by 94 Code, we were part of Delinquents. That's what I started with. I linked up with the Delinquents, then shortly afterwards, I linked up with Pharrell Mob. Most of the swimming lessons was all done in the Pharrell Mob studio. We do low price studio time. Sometimes we just give it away for free if you rock with us. But we gotta put some money in our pockets at the same time, but we making it happen regardless. So really the studio time is the people who out here really trying to make things happen for themselves. But we got like almost every day. You got access to the studio every day. But you know what I'm saying, there's times where, you know what I'm saying, we gotta go get some groceries. You know,
Right.
We gotta go.
Right. Gotta live.
Yeah. So during that free time, we stoners, so we like to sit around anyway. So come in the studio, get you some hits done, man. And we learning on the way. So all this good mixing just getting better as
It
time
shows
goes
a
by.
good sound. That's crazy for you to say y'all learning on the way because the sound is good. That's why I asked.
Because he sits there even when I'm not there, and he got access to it every day, and he done put his whole life into his music now. Like, so he's stopped going to school and everything. He works, and when he comes home, music.
Going to get it.
Music.
That's how you do it.
And he's one of the rappers that he's not like me. I write it, then I read it off my phone while I'm recording. He memorizes it, then hops onto the microphone. So he don't record it until he memorizes the whole thing. So
Same thing, bro.
by the time he hop on that microphone, beat on, he go. That's why I mess with him so much, my man Cliff.
Okay. I'm gonna ask a question because I got two artists here, and I'm a music head. I love music. Can we expect Sean Keys and Solo?
Oh yeah, what's happening?
Facts.
SOS.
Bro, I'm trying to get
SNS.
the whole squad. Bro. I'm
SNS.
trying to get whole delinquent features.
We're trying to get KDs and everything.
Real shit. I love what they doing, bro. It's beautiful, beautiful.
I gotta ask, you know.
I was we was at the camp Monday. I asked him, I was like, I said, what you got coming out, man? I asked, what work you got coming out? He said, he got two tracks that he's waiting to drop. He said he getting all that into order and stuff. I'm like, man, bring your ass into the studio.
Oh,
Come to the studio. I said, because I remember he came in there with a song. It was to Mask Off.
Fucking Mask Off. I ain't finished neither one of them.
I'm working my ass. I was like, man. When he left, we was like, what is that? Fire.
I appreciate it.
Both fire, man.
Yeah, I love
I'm honored, man. I'm honored.
We honored, brother.
We honored to have you, man. Thanks for coming back.
Definitely.
And we ain't cold this time. Last time we was in this
shivering.
It's a little rainy outside, but still, man, appreciate you, man. Appreciate you for supporting the show.
Definitely. I love it, man.
Let us know how we can support you, Sharon, View, publish the shows. I'll be at 51 tonight.
We definitely in that joint tonight.
I gotta work, but I'll be there a little bit after.
You,
like
you going on last?
I usually go on last, and they be very funny with them. You know what I'm saying? The lights might hop up on me or something, or you know what I'm saying. I'm gonna try and get there at a good time where everybody feeling themselves and stuff. But I ain't gonna hop onto that stage, so I feel it's right.
Okay, that's what's up.
I'll make sure I'm gonna save it for when y'all show up.
Oh, okay. I'll be pulling up about like 11:30, 11:45.
I might be there like right before, so it's about the same time.
Yeah, I'm getting there early. I'm gonna most definitely show support to all the other artists and stuff.
What time you usually go? What time does it start?
It starts at 8, 9-ish. So like 9 o'clock, then you go in there. It's like 9 to 2. But sometimes it might close. It really depends on how it's moving.
Okay. I might be in there then early. I didn't know. I was saying that last time. I wasn't sure exactly what time they started. I knew Canopy, but I didn't know 51. So, all right, bet. So pretty much both same time.
I usually show them around 10ish. Oh, that's like a middle time for it.
Yeah. All right, that's what's up.
All right, my last question. We'll go in here and wrap it up, man. When it's all said and done, and they close the casket or turn on the furnace, how you want to be remembered, man?
A man before anything. And that I was pro-human and pro-life. I didn't have any ties to anything. I just meant that I loved everyone and that I expected the best from everyone. And I hope that I get the best from everyone that I encounter throughout my life. Because as long as you're around me, I'm going to get the best out of you. So I just want to be remembered. If I die. That's nothing. I got plans on that too.
The elixir of life, huh?
It's either the fountain of youth or technology. Either or, I plan on being around for a long time.
First off,
yeah, they gonna know.
they go. You gonna live forever. You already putting out that content.
Yep.
Already had that impact. Talked about that last show, a couple shows ago. You died twice. One in the physical, and one when the last person to remember your name. So, as long as you putting out content and resonating with people, you will live forever, brother.
Yeah, I think everybody has a dynasty. They just gotta make it.
Yeah.
I agree.
Sean Kids?
Oh, damn, that's a double question for me too. Man, I think genuine, bro. That's how I want to be remembered. I want to be remembered as genuine. It don't even have to be all good. Just understand that whenever I said or did whatever it is that I said or did, I meant it, and I love through it all. That's about it. A helper, though, I say that. I don't even have to be remembered as a helper, though. You feel me? I just want to be a helper while I'm here. So as long as I'm remembered as genuine, I think I could look down upon the earth and say, y'all got that shit right. How about yourself?
Yeah. I just want to be honest. Remembered as an honest person. Somebody who's honest and also a helper. Somebody who's honest and helping people. It's not so more like honest. My bad. Honesty as in like he always was himself.
Right.
Like he didn't sacrifice. He didn't try to be nobody but him. You know what I mean? And the helper is like, okay, learning from him or him giving me good advice or him giving me bad advice. You know what I mean? He was honest with it and accountable. So I just wanted to be honest, a helper, and accountable, like an accountable person. And he always took accountability, good, bad, and ugly.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much it, man.
Sounds like we're in the room for good men right now.
Yeah, real shit. And honestly, hearing what y'all said, I don't think it's gonna be far from exactly what y'all saying. I think y'all gonna remember it goes exactly what it was.
Look in the mirror. I see a great man. That's my shit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I wanted to figure out, man, when is you gonna start this speed dating?
Oh shit! I need to, bro.
I have literally been going through it with these women.
Oh shit!
Every time. I'm like, I ain't gotta deal with this. I'm finna go speed date. I'm like, when is he gonna get this jumping?
Shout out Jada Mom, because she trying to steal my idea with this speed date. But I'm coming with it, bro. My baby birthday next week, so I had to. The funds had to go to that. But after that, I got a couple months before my next baby birthday. Maybe I can get something together. Talk to somebody, hopefully have somebody give me a venue or something.
Oh yeah, I was just about to say I can find it.
Yeah,
like one of those. So
that way, and the thing with it, bro, is you the only dude that's taking it serious. You see what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people be like, oh, a lot of women been hitting me up like, you really doing it? But the niggas, you know, motherfuckers be too cool.
That's more for me.
That's all for me.
See that? But that's the women complaint. Like, you the only dude there. They going to one table. Now they feel like they gotta share. It's gotta be fair.
I'm catch, man. I put around at 8 wives.
Oh God, it's a round table. Fucking not even speed dating. It's a round table.
Round table.
I need to be a last supper with.
But yeah, you asked me about the documentary. Yeah, I need to start finishing shit, man. Damn. But yeah, I'm gonna, like I said, my baby birthday next week. Happy birthday, Jada.
Happy birthday.
Birthday.
Yeah, so after that, my money went to that, but I'm definitely, I got a venue, but I just got to put the money towards it.
Yeah, I got a couple of spots around here that, you know, say it won't cost nothing. I'm gonna figure it out for you.
Yeah, just hit the inbox, bro.
Oh, I got it.
We can put it together and promote that motherfucker, because like I said, Jada Mom is trying to steal my idea.
So you gotta get that for she do.
I'm actually gonna.
That's all love, because if she win, I win.
Still in the family.
My baby wins.
I'm gonna run into the apartments that I stay at. They got that little nice lounge with the fireplace, and then they got all these table setups and stuff like that. So I'm gonna talk to them.
Alright.
They been trying to do some, like they had me take pictures with the hotels when they do the grand openings of the renovated apartments and stuff. I did all that and stuff. So I'm like, well, yeah, with that, yeah. Monster be taking pictures of us and stuff with their products and stuff. So I'm like, yeah, well, this would be decent. I could hit him up, talk to him about getting get the speed date thing. This would help y'all promote it, double promotion.
Yeah,
get stuff moving and then have it at one shot.
Well, shit, we can talk about a date, bro, and we should. I'll shoot for it. But I'm definitely down.
We gonna get it.
Yeah, we definitely getting Fun Solo, his first wife.
Well, maybe we could get a 2 on that night.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
2 for the 1.
Yeah.
Buy one, get one half off. Well, this is Donovan, Sean Kidd.
Big Keys.
Got Solo.
Solo solidarity.
This is Champaign Conversation, man. Man, this shit black as hell.